Yeah.
We're back on the Morning Brew with friends with Shara Hudson. You're a volunteer with the Walkin Circles Ranch, and Saturday is Hug a Horse Day.
Hug a Horse Day.
Did we bring horses?
In the horse trailer in the parking lot.
Okay, great. I don't think our director would let us have a horse in here.
I would.
You would? Well, okay, we will next year. Bring a horse.
Next year.
Okay. And Hug a Horse Day seems pretty awesome. It's the kind of day where you bring out everybody, introduce them to horses.
Yep.
What it means to rehome a horse, and what it means, because just like dogs and cats, horses can be abandoned too, right?
Yeah, it's actually a pretty big problem. Alfalfa can be expensive for folks, and then people can't feed them, and so they end up. It's kind of like the last item on the totem pole in terms of taking care of critters at the house. So we take in abused, neglected, surrendered horses, and we rehab them, retrain them, and find their forever home.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a neat organization.
Horses can be jerks, though, and there's a lot that, I've done some horse work through the years, and I know that a lot of horses, they're not like...
They're not like dogs.
No, they can be super stubborn, and they can just be, and they have very, very strong individual personalities.
You're right.
So it takes a minute probably to find a forever home for some of the horses.
Yeah, we really want Walkin' in Circles just to be their resting place, and we are pretty picky about where these horses go.
Right.
And we want it to be a good fit for the owner and the horse.
Right.
Yeah.
How many horses do you guys take in every year?
Currently, we have 62 horses. We have a couple goats and one mule.
Can I rent the goat just to go eat some?
To mow your lawn?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely. We'll deliver Ernie and Maud to your house.
That'd be awesome. Because have people ever rented them for that? Because I hear that people can do that.
Yeah, there's an organization I heard in Albuquerque where she rents 400 goats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds
mow your
great.
lawn.
And so how do you find the people? I imagine that horses are not like when I went for my dog, I went to the shelter and looked at the dogs. Is that kind of how it works for horses, or do you have to spend some real time with a horse and ride them?
Well, if someone is actually interested in horses, our ranch is a fantastic place to learn about horses. We have a sponsorship program. It's kind of like leasing a car, where you could actually lease the horse.
See, that's the worst. That's how I got my dog.
Yes?
Yes, that's what they did to me. And we
have a foster program?
It's the dirtiest trick in the book. They said, why don't you just take the dog home for a couple of weeks?
Right.
And then a couple weeks later, they started calling me to take the dog back, and I just avoided their phone calls. It's like, no, I'm not.
You kept the dog?
I kept the dog, and she's now mine. And I eventually answered their phone calls and got her adopted.
Do you want to foster a horse?
I don't have any place to foster a horse. And I think that's one of the challenges for a lot of people. We may love horses, and one of the reasons they don't do horse work anymore is because they don't have a yard and an arena or a pen anywhere to keep a horse. And they are not cheap.
They are not cheap. No, they do. They eat quite a bit, and they do take some maintenance. Absolutely.
It's one of those things that would be fun to have one, but not pay for one, I think, in some ways. But I think for those that can and those that really do love horses, this is a great chance to meet essentially 62 new horses that you could take home very soon.
So on Saturday, the event is from 10 to 3. We're inviting everyone to come out to the ranch. We will be we have a couple food trucks, an ice cream truck. We have a band, Cactus Slim and the Goat Heads.
They sound fun.
They look like a ZZ Top band to me.
Even better.
Even better.
Right.
We'll be showcasing 9 of our horses that are up for adoption.
Okay.
And
how long does it take to get a horse up for adoption, by the way? Is that the kind of thing I imagine? Horses need a lot of training, and it's not the kind of thing that doesn't happen overnight with a horse.
No, it takes about 30, 60 days.
Okay.
We do a site visit and a background check, and we have the potential adopter come to the ranch and spend a lot of time with the horse to make sure it's the right fit.
Right.
And if it is, then it's a match.
Okay.
It's kind of like Match.com.
Right, no doubt. You can swipe right on the right horse.
Right.
So the ranch has been around for a long time, since 2002. How did you get involved?
So I just picked up a brochure at Weems Art Fest several years ago, and my daughter and I went out to orientation on a very windy, cold March day, and we just became hooked with the ranch. I've always loved horses, but this is a place where it's hands-on, and you can You can muck paddocks. You can
Yay!
feed breakfast and dinner. We have a water team. We have a farrier team. So if you like horses, you can get involved. And I actually adopted a horse from the rescue.
Oh, what's your horse's name?
Her name is Indigo.
Indigo, excellent. And do you ride her around?
I ride her as much as possible.
Excellent. And how old is Indigo?
She is 9.
So she's still pretty young then.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of life left in her.
She's got a lot of spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do people, when they have to surrender their horses, are they usually in good shape, or are they usually pretty much in need of a lot of services?
It depends. The cases are quite severe and tragic. Sometimes we lose horses because it's just too late. Mm-hmm. Others, they may be a little underweight, but it doesn't take long to get the weight back on the horse.
Right. A horse will eat until you stop giving him food.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's not hard to get a horse fat.
It is not.
But this weekend, 9 horses will be up for adoption at Walkin Circles Ranch, and there'll be music from what is it?
Cactus Slim and the Goat Heads.
Cactus Slim and the Goat Heads. I got to go check those guys out. Food, games for the kids, the whole 9 yards, right? We'll
also be featuring our newly expanded hydroponic barn. And this is the concept where we are growing our own food for our horses, which is about half the cost of alfalfa. Mm. And it's quite progressive and innovative, and we're the only horse rescue that's doing that.
That's very cool. Save you guys some money, and the horses get fresh feed.
Fresh feed, very nutritious. It's a win-win for
I love that.
For all cases. Yeah.
I love that. Well, we'll see you guys on Saturday. Maybe I can get out and hop on a horse
We'd
myself.
love for you
I will
to come
wear
out.
my boots.
Yes, bring your boots.
And we'll see you in just a couple of seconds in the morning brew. We'll be back with the guys from Bernalillo County talking about the veggie van.
Love the veggie van.
Absolutely.